Hello and welcome to Age of Engineering, and my name's CJ. Right, where we last left off then, we'd been particularly busy making the jetpack, and we also went and made our diamond creator machine that creates diamonds very slowly out of coal until I'm producing enough power off my industrial craft. That's going to keep going at that slow process. What we're going to move on to today though, I've cleared out a bit of an area here. As you can see, I put a bit of a roof on here as well. We're going to be moving on to more power generation, not in particular the EU power generation, but we want to generate even more RF so that I can potentially leave this over here running all the time, well, until it's full at least, and then I can empty it out and turn it back on again. So what we're going to be making today then, we're going to be making a few things from immersive engineering. We're going to be making a squeezer, a fermenter, a refinery, and then finally we'll move on to the diesel generator. The first things that we're going to have to craft up today then are going to be our squeezer and our fermenter. So first things first then, just come off that there, let me go back on. So it's heavy machinery, and we're going to start with this squeezer. One thing I will need that I did forget, not really going to be needing the switches much like, but it is worth putting a switch on just in case I do need to turn it off or on. Where are my sticks? I've only got one, that's typical. Let's just quickly craft up some sticks. And craft us a couple of levers. Those will do. Right, so let's head on up here. Right, and I've set out where the middle is going to be, but we are going to set it just one away so I can pipe everything up. And I've run a pipe that comes from potatoes and industrial hemp seed. Right, so the first thing I said that we're going to make then, we're going to make the squeezer. Now, looking at this item, the input is right here. And let me just have a quick look at the fermenter. And as you can see, the input on the fermenter is over here, and the exit pipe is here. So we'll be able to feed that in from this corner here or this corner here. So this one will be set up. I think we'll start with this one as well. So if I go to here, well, there we go. Let's go down to the basic and pause it there. Right, so the first thing that we're going to need then is a light engineering block, some steel scaffolding, and 2 fluid pipes. So first things first, let me just quickly make sure I've got everything. Let me just quickly check that I do have everything that we required. I'll be back in just a second. Thank you for waiting there. I was correct in checking. I just forgot to pick up some basic item filters. I did make an item router from immersive engineering, but I come to realise that that's not going to be that in-game work for us, so I needed to get some item filters and I forgot to pick those up. Right, so let's get cracking then. The first thing that we're going to craft then is going to be the squeezer. I'm going to have both of these pointing outwards because the refinery is quite a long item. It's a 5 by 3, and these are all 3 by 3, so I'm going to have those pointing just outwards. So let's get started then. Let's go down to the bottom and let's get cracking. So as I said then, we're going to need a light engineering block. Let's place that there, and then we're going to need our steel scaffolding, and that goes in this direction. And then we need our fluid pipes, which go there. The next thing that we require is then another light engineering block. Let's pause that. So we then need another light engineering block, a redstone engineering block, and 4 barrels. So we will take the redstone and the light engineering block. We'll place another one of those there. We'll place the redstone block there. And then we will take our 4 wooden barrels and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then next on the list, next level up is simply a downward facing piston and 3 steel fences around that back corner. So we'll take our piston, place it on here. Obviously we need to rotate that, so we'll just use the simple way of using the engineer's hammer. I've just gone past it, let's try again, there we go. And then finally those 3 steel fences. And once you've got that done there, you then take your engineer's hammer again, and I believe you just right click in the middle. There we go. So there we have the squeezer all set. And you can see the inlet port there, and we have the outlet here. And I'll pop that on there, and power is transferred in through the top there. But we'll power that all up in just a second. Right, I have actually just placed that one block over. I had set this up so that I could place this here, but I needed to remove that, so I'm just going to quickly change this background. You see me do it now, so it shouldn't take me too long to get this back up to where we've just had it. Right, so I'm back in. Engineering block there. Let's place another one on top. Scaffolding. One in there, one in there. Flue pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4 barrels. A redstone engineering block. Piston. Rotate. And steel fences. 1, 2, 3. Take the hammer again. Boom. There we go. Right, now, before I forget this time, let's move that out. So the next one on the list then, now we've got our squeezer, is the fermenter. And the fermenter is very similar at the bottom. It's the light engineering block. It's the scaffolding and the pipes again. This is just a bit of a repeat process here. And I'm going to want that there. Not there. We've done it again. I'm going to end up doing exactly the same as I've just done, having to rebuild it. Now this one is going to be turned round, which means the redstone switch is going to be on the opposite side, but I'm not too worried about that. We'll place that there, that there, that there, that there, that one there. Whoop. That one's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there. Take our fluid pipes, place those there. Go back to the manual. As you can see then, you've got a redstone engineering block there. You've got another light engineering block which I've already placed in. And you can just make out, can I get this? There you go, and 4 cauldrons. And then just topping them, the top off with iron sheet metal. So we will take that, place that there. We then take our cauldrons, place one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then we take our sheet metal, go 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the engineer's hammer, bam, and there we go. And now we've got our fermenter. So we've got the squeezer and we've got the fermenter. The next thing that we will need to craft up is then going to be the refinery to refine this into the biodiesel that we're going to be using. So pause this please. Let's go back. There we go. So it's a heavy engineering block. Let me just check which is the front. This is going to be the front. Brilliant. So heavy engineering block at the front in the middle, light engineering block at the back in the middle, scaffolding all the way along, and then the fluid pipes down the centre. So we will take our light engineering block and place that one here. Oh, not 2, just 1, thank you very much. Let's pick that back up. Then we will take our heavy and we will place 1 there. We'll then take the steel scaffolding, go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we will take our fluid pipe, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've already seen you over in the distance, don't you dare, go away. Is he coming over as well? Yes he is. Go away. It looks like it's Night of the Zombies. Let me just go sleep this off. I should have really brought the bed across with me. And sleep. Right, so back to the engineer's guidebook, and trust one, have a helmet on. Go away. Thank you. Right, so next, as you can see, dude, you're making too much noise. Go away. And why you're no longer burning, I don't know. Right, so we take another heavy engineering block here on the front, and go back to the engineer's guidebook. It's the redstone on the corner, another light engineering block on top of the light engineering block. You leave a gap in the middle, and then you put sheet metal on top of those. So we'll take the one redstone engineering block. We'll take the final light engineering block, and then we'll take our sheet metal, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's just a case of topping it off again with more sheet metal. I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure I've got more sheet metal than this. 3, 4. Take the engineer's hammer and hit it in the centre, and there we go, we've now got the refinery as well. Right, so the next thing that we're going to be required to do then is piping these two up, and it's going to be simple because these automatically output fluids. So we'll just bring a pipe across here and straight into there, and that will pipe straight into there, and we'll take this one and pipe this into that side. I also want to make sure I put down the switches. Turn it on because we're going to want it on, and we're going to want it working straight away. Right, and as you can see, we've got an import port there and an import port here, and that, what I'll be doing is I'll be placing filters in to filter what goes in where. I'll do that in just a second, but the final thing that we're going to have to craft then will be the diesel generator itself. So if I get our engineer's manual back out, come out of here and go into power and wires and click on diesel generator, move across. Now this one, you can pipe fluids in from either side, so there or there. Your power that it produces comes out of the top here, so you can wire it up pretty much anywhere on those 3 points there. You do have redstone switch capability there, a lever capability there, so you can turn it on and off. So we're going to have ours set up in this direction. So let me have a quick look on here. Let's get the base down first. Ooh. So the base consists of a generator block, 2 fluid pipes down the centre with 3 scaffolding either side, and then 3 radiator blocks at the far back end. So let's have this starting here. We'll take one of those and place that like that. Now these, I already know we build them up into a T like that. Let's take our fluid pipe, go 1 there and 1 there, and we go 3 across the back. We then take the scaffolding and place 3 either side of that, and then we take our radiator blocks and place those on the rear end. Then the next level up, as I've already showed you, you get the T-piece there, and then it's just a case of filling it in with heavy engineering blocks, another layer of radiator blocks, and in the centre of those engineering blocks on the far right hand side is the redstone block. So we've got those radiator blocks, plonk those on there. Our redstone block will be here, and then heavy engineering blocks, whoop, I didn't need to go that high, will just be placed in here. And then the final level is a plus of heavy engineering blocks and a final layer of radiator blocks. So take the engineering blocks, the heavy ones, and place them like so. Then you take your radiator blocks and go across the back like so. Then you take your engineer's hammer, hit it on the front, and there you go. We now have the diesel generator. And then what we'll do, we'll set up some pipes that come from here, and we'll have it going round into both sides. I don't know if that does increase the efficiency at all, but I like to keep things parallel and equal. Now, simple case of popping a lever on there, and we'll keep that switched on. Now it's a case of powering up our system. We'll put on there, and knew we brought another switch for another reason. Right, so before we go powering the system up then, we're going to have to make sure that it's getting the necessary items that it requires. Are you going to let me jump over there? Thank you. Not there, thank you. Give me that back. So, come across here. I'm not trying to connect anything on, thank you. So this will be an insert. And this is our fermenter. So the fermenter will take our potatoes, and this over here is the squeezer, and the squeezer is going to be squeezing up our hemp seed. So there we go. Right, now what we're going to need to do then, we're going to need to power this up. So let me get my high voltage connectors. We'll place one on there, one on there, and one on there. Now, I was thinking of having the diesel pump into a tank. I might actually make a cut and put a tank in between there, so we have it pump into a tank and then pump out into the diesel engine, but I think for now that's going to be fine. I want to see how it runs first, see if it does build up any excess. Right, so next thing we'll need to do then, we will need to bring power over here somewhere. We've got that there. I'm not too sure if it'll be able to reach across to here. I suppose there's only one way that we can find out, and that's to give it a try. So we'll take a connection from here and connect that onto here. Oh, it does connect, that's brilliant. One from here onto here, and one from there onto here. So that's all power input to these. So these are all now powered up, and this is going to be an output. So we don't want this connecting up to here, we want this connecting into our input power system. Right, I'm not too sure what happened there. Right, and our input power system goes in from over there. So I might wire this up in a cut to get that power across there, because I don't really want it all traipsing around the same area and all wires overlapping. I'll probably bring it around the building and then bring it across to here. So for now, let's see if we can get this up and running. Let's go and activate these down here. So let me click on there, always active, and click on there, always active. Now let us go check in the GUIs of these. So as you can see, yep, that is now filling up, and it's currently empty, so it hasn't generated any just yet. Was it actually working then and I just stopped it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the switches are inverted. So just to let you know there, I flick that one on, that should start working as well. And let me change that over. I think for now I will leave that off, just let it build up some fuel. What I'm going to do now then, I'm just going to take a short break while I start letting this producing biodiesel. Once it's produced some biodiesel, I'll also wire this up. We'll be able to see what kind of outputs we're getting. I might even see if I can create something to test the power. I believe there is something from Immersive Engineering, so we can read the power as it's being transferred from this apparator. There we go, the current transformer. I believe you can click on that and it'll show you the power that's being transferred through it. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to probably make one of these as well. They are pretty simple. You can even make a voltmeter as well. So I'm going to craft up those and then I'll be back with you very shortly. Right, so I've just been testing it then. It does work perfect, and if I flick it on, you can see that it's generating around 4000 RF. It's transferred around 4000 RF in the last 20 ticks. Now, when all my power is filled up over there, it does stop as well, so it doesn't just keep generating. I wouldn't be too fussed if it was, because it says generating an absolute ton of fuel. It never seems to go down on the fuel. I mean, if you look in here, it just seems to never drop. It's producing it that fast, so that is absolutely brilliant. So that's now creating more than enough power for us, which is now keeping this running 24/7. Obviously, when it is full up, it isn't full up there yet, but once it is, some more. Once it is full all the way to the top, I can switch it off, empty it, and then reset it all again. And that is going to be more than enough power as well. So I can even run the empower at the same time, because one thing I have had trouble with in the past is trying to empower a load of items, and I'd run out of power halfway through trying to empower all those items. Right now, as you can see, I've been waiting a bit I've been waiting that long that I've managed to get a few, 2 diamonds out of there. I had 4 diamonds in there. I've been in check on my miner, which is also finished. I need to go move that around between episodes, and I managed to get the rest of the diamonds out of there. And then I've just been trading up with my villagers as well to get some emeralds. Because before we finish today, what I want to finally do as well, I want to finish up getting the rest of this armor produced. Now, what we are going to need then is to make some pulsating iron, which I've already got up here. I do also need some vibrant alloy. I believe I might already have some. Yeah, I've got 8. That should do for now. So what we are going to need then for this, and let's just do a few of those for now and see how many we get. I got us 4, so we're definitely going to need a few more of those. Let's try again. Let's see how many we're going to need, because I know the first thing that we're going to need to do is to change these into these, which means we're going to need some double layer capacitors. So I'm going to need 4. I'm going to need 8 of those. I'm also going to need some energetic alloy. I'm going to need some more energetic alloy as well. I've got 18 gold there. I think I've got some gold in here. Yeah. So we're going to need that. And let's get this redstone turned back into normal redstone. Plonk the rest in there. Let me go get this processing. Whoop, and down I fall again. Plonk those in there and let that process. Crushed coal as well. I might have some in here. Yep, brilliant. Can we get a couple of those pieces? Now, as you can see, there is a bit of lag, which is when that is in use. So I won't always have that on. I will be just using it to fill it up and see what I can get out of it. But we now know that we do have more power than we're ever going to need, so that is good still. Right, so double layer capacitors then, we need to craft up not 5, well we only needed 4, but I'm already crafting some more. That's perfectly fine, because we are going to need to craft up enough to turn them into what's the name of them? Octadic capacitors. So we're going to need, definitely going to need some more of those. Let me turn that back on because I'm running out of those. We're also going to need some more of these, and I have none. I'm missing the empowered redstone here. I've only got 7. Let's take 15 here. I can see you there, douchebag. Leave my villagers alone. Thank you very much. Right, let's turn this into Restonia crystals. Well, I thought I wasn't even going to get them then. So we have 22. We only have 4 of those. Let me get those then. I've seen it. Can you go away, please? Right, so what we're going to need to do, take me glass cutter. Let's go here, pop that in there, and that in there, and take those. And then I'm going to need some more redstone. I believe if we take that there, go like that, and go like that, it leaves us with 3, so I'm going to need just a touch more redstone. As you can see, I'm running out of redstone as well. I'm not sure if I've already got some in here. Yeah, I've got some in here, and I should have some in that miner as well, because like I said, that's just finished as well, but I just grabbed the diamond because that's what I wanted at the time, and I'm going to have to move that around again in between episodes. So we've got 20 over 22, yeah, that'll do. So I'll put 2 of those back, so we've got some spare. Put that back in there. So I'm going to need red garnet, and we need 22 of those. And next is red rose, 22 of those. And finally, I'm going to need Ardite. There we go. Let's go all the way up. And I'm falling through again. I should really do away with all these stairs now I've got the jetpack. So we'll pop that one in there in the centre. We'll pop that in there. That in there. That in there. And that in there. And that will start processing now. What I want to do while I've got this running as well, I don't want to drain the power too fast, so I'll turn this off for the time being. See what we got out of there. We didn't get any more diamonds or anything. Right, now I do know that we probably are going to need some more of these pulsating crystals. Let's half that. It's going to give us another 4. You know what? Let's get them all changed. Boom. Because I can always use this for making item conduit, so that isn't a problem at all. And let's change that. Pop those there. Let's get ourselves some vibrant crystals. And we're going to need to make some more vibrant alloy so I can craft up some more of those vibrant crystals. That's finished. There we go, so I'll just leave that to process. I'll probably put those other 4, the other lot in there in just a sec. Right, so the first thing that we are going to want to change up then is going to be these. So let's click here, 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 here. It does mean we're going to need some enhanced energy conduit. Where did I put that is the question. There we go. Click there, there, there. Whoop, wrong one. There, there, there. And I've gone too far again. And there we go, we've got those 2. And we've got 12 of those left over, which is brilliant. Which means I'm going to have a load spare. And that's just a case of crafting up the octadic capacitors and crafting up these other jetpacks. So we no longer need that, but we will need that. We've only got those. Let's see if we've got some empowered Restonia. 3, that'll do for now. And transferred all that into empowered and chuck those in there. Let that start processing. So the next thing then is going to be these, which are vibrant alloy and glowstone, and we're going to need 4 of those. Are we going to need any more than 4 of those? No, that's brilliant. And we're going to need make one of these, so yeah, we are going to need more than 4. What I'm going to do then, I'm just going to quickly take a break while I gather all those octadic capacitors together. As soon as I've got all those crafted, then we'll crack on and move forward, so I'll see you shortly. Right, so while we wait, there's just a few more of those octadic capacitors that I need to create. But what we do need to create, I've already gone and upgraded those to the vibrant thrusters. You've already seen me do those once already, and I don't want to put you through that bore. I've created the vibrant capacitor, and that was simply a vibrant crystal, 4 octadic capacitors and 4 electric steel. But what we also need is a flight control unit with the soul of a bat, and the flight control unit has fused quartz, electric steel and dark solarium ingots. So we'll just craft those 2. I've already got the bats, so I went and collected them in between episodes a few days ago. I've already had them waiting just to be bound. So now it's just a case of one of those and one of those, and 8 XP. And we'll get the next one ready as well. Boom, there's one, and then we'll get that other one underway as well. And let's go see if we've got more capacitors. Well, enough capacitors. There's 13. We've got 20 altogether. That's going to be more than enough because I only needed 16. So I could create the 4 octadic capacitors that are required. And there we go. We've got the other flight control unit as well with the soul of a bat inside. Right, now let's come over here, and we need to craft up those, and then we need to craft up those. Boom. Right, so the first thing that we're going to do then is going to create these dark solarium thrusters, which is 2 octadic capacitors, a flight control unit, dark solarium ingots, and the vibrant thrusters. And we can create 2 of those. And then the final thing to create is the actual dark solarium armor plate itself, which is going to require that there as well. So if I click there and get the rest of the items out of here, that would help. Now I should be able to click on here, click here, and boom. And as you can see, it stores 60 million RF. So let me just pop that in there and let that charge up. That's going to take its time, but with that diesel generator as well, that should mean that that's not going to cause a problem for us either. Is it running? Yes, it's running, and it's pushing out. In the past 20 ticks, it's been pushing out 4,066 flux per tick. So that's brilliant. That's working just fine. So now it's just going to be a case of letting that charge up, and we should have that much RF in that. We should never really have to charge it. The only thing that I'm going to be looking at making next time I'm with you is going to be a wireless charger from Ender.io, which is going to take another octadic capacitor, an Ender resonator, which is just a few items in the slice and splice which I have upstairs, and electric steel, and we should be able to pop that straight on the RF, and that should keep all of our armor charged as well while we're in the area. But other than that, that is going to do it for today. If you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like, and if you'd like to see more upcoming videos from myself, then please feel free to subscribe and also hit the little notification bell so you get notifications of when I've uploaded new content. Other than that, thank you and goodbye.